I'm 76 years old now, and I need to tell you something that might make you uncomfortable. For 45 years, I said the same thing to myself. Every January, every birthday, every quiet moment when I felt that pull toward something different. This will be my year. I meant it every time, I really did. But I was lying to myself in a way I didn't understand until it was far too late. I'm recording this because I don't have many years left to say it. That's not me being dramatic. That's just math. That's just the doctor's visits and the way my body reminds me every morning that time is no longer something I can pretend is endless. For most of my life, I lived like time was a resource I could always access more of. Like there was a reserve tank somewhere, like I could keep saying next year and when things settle down and soon without any real cost. I was wrong, and the cost was my life. Not in some sudden tragic way. There was no accident, no disaster, no moment where everything fell apart. That's the problem. If something dramatic had happened, maybe I would have woken up sooner. But nothing happened, and that's exactly what I lost. Let me tell you what my life looked like. I worked a regular job, not a bad one, not one I hated, just a job. I got up, I went to work, I came home, I watched television, I paid bills, I mowed the lawn, I showed up to family dinners. I was polite to my neighbors. I wasn't miserable, but I wasn't alive either. I had dreams once, real ones. When I was younger, I wanted to write. I had notebooks full of ideas, stories, characters, worlds I wanted to build. I told myself I'd do it seriously one day, when I had more time, when I wasn't so tired, when the kids were older, when I retired. This will be my year. I also wanted to travel, not in some extravagant way. I didn't need to circle the globe or stay in fancy hotels. I just wanted to see things, to stand in places that felt different, to have experiences that weren't part of my routine. But travel costs money, and it takes planning, and it felt risky to take that much time off work, so I waited. This will be my year. There was a woman I loved once before I got married. We were young. We had something real. But I was scared. Scared of commitment. Scared of making the wrong choice. Scared of giving up my freedom even though I wasn't doing anything with it. She waited for me to be ready. And I kept saying I would be. Soon. Just not yet. She eventually moved on. I told myself it was for the best, that I'd find someone else when the timing was right. This will be my year. I did get married later to someone kind, someone stable, but I never felt that same pull, that same fire. And I wonder now if I spent my whole marriage quietly mourning something I was too afraid to choose when I had the chance. My wife deserved better than that. She deserved someone who was fully present, not someone who was always half somewhere else, waiting for his life to start. Here's what I need you to understand. When I said, "This will be my year," I believed it. I wasn't being lazy. I wasn't being careless. I genuinely thought I was being smart, strategic, responsible. I thought I was waiting for the right conditions. But the right conditions never came because they don't exist. At 30, I thought I was too young to take big risks, that I needed more experience, more savings, more certainty. At 40, I thought I was too busy, too committed to my job and my family, that it wasn't the right time to disrupt things. At 50, I thought I was too old to start something new, that I'd missed my window, that it would be embarrassing to try now. At 60, I thought I'd just wait until retirement. Then I'd finally have the time and freedom to do all the things I'd put off. At 70, I realized I didn't have the energy anymore. The body doesn't cooperate the way it used to. The mind is still there, still wanting, still regretting, but the ability to act has quietly faded. Do you know what 45 years feels like when you look back on it? It feels like nothing. It feels like I blinked and woke up here. Every single year felt slow when I was living it. Every day felt long. Every week dragged. But the years, they vanished. I can't tell you what I did in 1987 or 1993 or 2004. They all blur together into one long stretch of sameness. I worked, I came home, I watched TV, I went to bed. I told myself I was being patient, but I was just afraid. Here's the thing I didn't realize until it was too late. Waiting doesn't preserve your dreams. It kills them slowly. Every year you don't write, you become someone who used to want to write. Every year you don't travel, the world becomes something other people experience. Every year you don't take the risk, the part of you that wanted to take it gets quieter. Until one day, you can't even remember what it felt like to want something that badly. I remember one year in particular, I was 42. I had this moment of clarity, this rare, honest moment where I saw exactly what I was doing. I was standing in my kitchen on New Year's Eve. Everyone was asleep. I was thinking about the year that had just passed, and I realized I'd said the same things on January 1st that year that I'd said the year before, and the year before that. This will be my year. I'd said it at 35, at 37, at 40, and nothing had changed. I was still in the same job, the same routine, the same life. For a moment, I felt this rush of panic, like I'd woken up from a long sleep and realized I was in the wrong place. I told myself that this coming year would be different. I meant it. But by February, I'd already slipped back into the rhythm: work, home, TV, bed. The panic faded, and I forgot. That's the dangerous part. The urgency doesn't last. When you're young, you feel like you have time to waste because you do. When you're middle-aged, you feel like you're too busy to stop because you are. When you're old, you feel like it's too late because it is. The window where you can actually act is smaller than you think, and it closes quietly. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to be 76 and realize you spent your whole life rehearsing for a performance that never happened. I don't want you to look back and see a long line of years where you chose comfort over courage, routine over risk, someday over now. Because that's what I see when I look back. I didn't lose my life to tragedy. I lost it to hesitation, to maybe next year, to when things settle down, to I'm not ready yet. And the cruelest part is that I was ready. I was always ready. I just didn't believe it. If I could go back, here's what I'd tell my younger self. Stop waiting for permission. No one is going to tell you it's time. No one is going to hand you the perfect moment. You have to take it. Messy, imperfect, inconvenient. You have to take it anyway. I'd tell him that the fear doesn't go away. You don't wake up one day feeling completely confident and certain. You just decide that the fear of regret is worse than the fear of trying, and you move. I'd tell him that most of the things he's afraid of won't happen, and the ones that do won't matter as much as he thinks. What will matter is whether he was brave enough to try, whether he respected his own desires enough to act act on them. Whether he lived like his time was limited, because it is. I look at my hands now, and they feel like someone else's. These aren't the hands of the young man who had all those dreams, but they are. It's the same person, the same life, just decades later, and almost nothing I wanted to do got done. Not because I couldn't, but because I kept putting it off. So let me ask you something. What have you been putting off? What do you say you'll do next year, or when things calm down, or when I'm ready? What version of yourself are you waiting to become before you give yourself permission to start? Because that version doesn't exist. You're not going to wake up one day as someone braver, more confident, more prepared. You're going to wake up older, and the things you wanted to do will feel harder, or impossible, or irrelevant. I'm not saying you need to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not saying you need to make some huge, reckless leap. I'm saying you need to stop pretending you have unlimited time. You don't. None of us do. Start small if you need to, but start. Write one page. Book one trip. Have one honest conversation. Take one step toward the thing you keep saying you'll do someday. Because someday is not a date on the calendar. It's a lie we tell ourselves to avoid the discomfort of acting now. I spent 45 years telling myself that lie, and now I'm here with a body that's too tired, with regrets that are too heavy, with a list of things I wish I'd done that will never get done. Don't do what I did. Don't let comfort steal your life. Don't let fear convince you that waiting is the same as being smart. It's not. Waiting is just waiting. And while you wait, time moves. It doesn't pause. It doesn't care about your plans or your intentions or your reasons. It just moves. I wish I'd understood that at 30 or 40 or 50, but I didn't. And now all I can do is tell you so that maybe you won't make the same mistake. This year will pass. Whether you act or not, whether you start or not, whether you take the risk or not, it will pass. And when it does, you'll either look back and see progress, or you'll look back and see another year of waiting. Another year of, this will be my year. I wasted 45 of them. Please don't waste yours. If this story meant something to you, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Not for me, but because maybe it means you're ready to stop waiting. And I hope you are. I really do. Because you still have time. Use it.